Hello again, Westy Roll back again, another Training Sim World for a video. Today we're driving one Mike 89, which is a service from Sheffield to Blackpool North. So holiday traffic at the height of summer. I'm out at Preston, so let's start by releasing the doors. It's the first time I'm driving this locomotive. We're in a class of 47442. Set up. Hopefully I know what I'm doing for the first time ever. Master key. Then I'll reverse that into forward. So somewhere there should be an option to turn on our AWS. I'm not even sure this is fitted. No, it is fitted. AWS. I will find it at some point soon. Headlights need to be on, and our marker lights as well, which again I need to locate. There you go, AWS, leave it on. Let's have a quick look outside at the Blackpool station. So I should have probably read the manual before doing this, but I thought I could wing it as I do with most stuff, but it's slightly more complicated than the modern stuff we have. So that's one thing about Train Sim World I don't like, is the fact that even on standard or something like this, you just have to press Y or U to actually close the doors. Car's whistle. Let's acknowledge that. And there we go. Let's run our way out of Preston now. Light as well, interesting. We're crossing right the way across the West Coast main line as we come from, we come from Sheffield. Taking some lovely people on their holidays from Sheffield to Blackpool. So if you're in the north of England and you're working, then your holidays would be a lot of the time in Blackpool. Because we're not on holiday, I'm at work, so I'll think about that. Switches here, so we've got the heater, foot warmer, compartment lights, train classification indicators, so actually marker lights. That's what it was properly set up now. Mention this is one locomotive that does come with the route, along with the 08s and the Pacer. To be honest with you, I'm more of a steam locomotive fan when it comes to historical stuff, but I do really like the Pacer, which is covered in a previous video, which you'll see. I just need to drive the short section of Blackpool North to complete driving the routes, and probably have to burn these as well. The freight only lunch. Let's get some welly. least. That's one good thing. That's a DSD. I was just un-isolating that. I'm not sure what they are, but on the right hand side, it can't be the M6 surely, especially not towards Blackpool. I mentioned before in a previous video how much I love this route and the vegetation around the railway, the landscape, and as well the distant scenery. I mean, these trees look really, really good. In fact, that a lot of Dovetail Branch routes look a bit cartoony, but this actually looks really, really realistic. Ballast colour is slightly amended with a mod that I've downloaded, which I can link. Apart from that, everything blends in lovely. It all looks really, really, really good. And kudos to Just Trends, done a fantastic job at showing up Dovetail games, Skyhook games, etc. So I believe we've got any stops. So yeah, our next station stop is Blackpool North. In 20 minutes time. So people will be at the beach in no time. So in terms of frame rates, I'm getting just about nearly 100 FPS. This is on 150% screen percentage and everything else on high. I do use a modified engine.ini file as well. Just to add the extra edge. As Dovetail's implementation of Unreal isn't the best I've seen. I'm not a massive fan of Unreal, but I've seen better games than Unreal Engine, unfortunately. However, Just Chains have worked with what they've been given, worked with what they've got and their limitations, and they've just done a great job. It's amazing that Just Trains went from zero to hero. I mean, I remember the days where they were basically glorified Kuju routes with Kuju assets, and then suddenly with you know, with Mark, Tom, Benedict, Martin, etc., Just Trains have really turned around and they make the best train simulator and train simulator add-ons there are now. Pace a friend bouncing along there. As we pass Sowick. Look at it, just the landscape in here, the contouring of the landscaping is just brilliantly done. Everything blends in nicely, there's no dodgy patches, it just looks spectacular, and they've obviously used their skills from Transcend Classic to transfer them over to this route, and yeah, it looks wonderful. I really, really enjoy this. So a single yellow coming up, so we're just going to apply the brakes a little bit. We do quite a long train. The locomotive brake if it's just locomotive light engine only, but we are using the train brake just to bring it down to a nice smooth steady stop. signal check there. We'll make our way up, growl our way back up to 30 miles an hour. Look at the scenery, look how good it looks. It's an interesting layout here. I think it's just changed in real life to be. It's been rationalised, not nationalised, rationalised a little bit to, you know, recover lane 9 in some sections because it is a bit strange. You know, Blackpool North, we sort of it's just a slow turn out here. I keep saying it, it's probably the most real, apart from Niedertalbahn, and on par with that, the most real train system in the world route has looked. Just passing Kirk and West. Let's just appreciate that. Meow. So I believe this is different in real life. I believe that Blackpool North trains do now serve Kirkham and Westerham. I might be wrong, but I'm fairly certain now it has changed. That's the line going off there to Blackpool South. There's some sort of old structure there. Is that I'm not sure what that is. Looks like a bridge abutment, but it can't be. That's interesting. I'm not sure where the sidings on the left go to either. I do not know, we can power up. Wait for some spotters on the bridge. Miles to go. Just touch on Blackpool. It was there are Blackpool's North to Preston was actually developed by the same developer, Thomas Harrison, who did, who's developed on this route, and that is a free version called the Northern Lines, free version of the Transatlantic Classic if you wanted to check that out. And for freeware, it's spectacular, better than a lot of payware routes. It's been very useful that a lot of assets and things could have, I assume, was used for this, or some assets. Possibly. I mean, obviously a lot's changed. I mean, it's little touches like this. You know, Dovetail Games would leave that out, the fact that you got this section on the bridge for better signal sighting. I mean, this section here just, it feels like a proper rural line, but it's obviously a bit of a main line. I'm nodding donkey friend there. This section's very nice indeed. I mean, look at the variety in the fields. They're not all the same colour. You've got different greens, you've got plants, you've got sheep. And it's not flat either. You can just about see Blackpool Tower in the distance there. And the old telegraph poles from steam days for communicating between boxes. Contour in the landscape just makes it look so real as well. Tones for the bobby. Definitely the best train sim world route, closely followed by Nidda Tower Bound, and I'm not really sure what my favourite after that is. Well, it's Birmingham Cross City, but it's going into Dovetail Games territory, and we know how dangerous that is. A bit faster, oh well. Into Popniffield now, or passing Popniffield. And I've had a very nice weather spin too, if I do say so myself. Polton Elk. Bit of speed restriction for the curve it seems as well. And so collectible there, the golf clubs. I need to come back and get those. Much there. You know, while I'm here, ignore it. We're not booked to call here at all, but having seen collectibles, I need to quickly jump out and grab those. So golf club signs, gingerbread man as well. So let's have a quick look just inside the train here. To me, it just looks like nowhere southeastern, but of course it isn't. Nice, lovely Mark 1 interiors. It's further forward than I thought it was. Might take me a while. There we are. So the guards compartment / luggage area. pretty short interact. So we've got handbrake. I'm now an old school guard. There's our locomotive, so we better go back out and actually drive it, haven't we? Just skip past that bit if you will. Just overcharge the brakes a little bit so we can get that brake release. Come on, let's go. Station still. It's not derelict like the rest of them, surprisingly. Goodbye collectible, the map. So off to the right there is off to the freight only branch towards Burnnays. It's close to passengers. It's towards Burnnays and off to Fleetwood it used to be. In terms of the line, it's just got a relatively fast single line section up here, quite far. About Burnnays at the Fleetwood line, it was to access the Imperial Chemical Industries plant at Burnnays that it kept open until 1999 when the traffic ceased. There are plans to reopen it, but like with anything with the government, it's taken a long time. So they pledged, Boris Johnson pledged to reopen it, and yet we still haven't sort of any firm concrete news that it's going to reopen at any point. But apparently, it's a feasibility study was looked into. That's for passenger usage. Old railway workers' cottage here. As we pass Colton Crossing. Find out from Blackpool North. So there's a few stuffers, but that's really an Unreal Engine problem. So we've got a distance signal, so we can expect the next signal to be at danger. Leighton Station. So it really is. Blackpool North branch is now the main branch for holiday traffic. It does mean that this branch and a lot of the stations on this route are in much better shape than on the Blackpool South line, definitely. Blackpool, because I've done a Blackpool Central. Used to be the main holiday traffic until everything it was closed and everything now goes most into the Blackpool North. Single yellow colour light as we come into the semaphore area of Blackpool North. And one thing with the electrification recently in the last few years that the semaphore signals were removed, unfortunately. But it's always, like always, it was very charming to have semaphore signals. Very nostalgic. Blackpool Tower there, and looming over us. Blackpool Football Club, the Blackpool North #1 box here. That's one thing, another say Unreal Engine or Trends in the World caveat. It'd be interesting if that flag could wave. That'd be an interesting feature. But put the brakes on. I suspect we'll probably have a clue. I suspect we'll have been brake signal checked into the Blackpool, but we'll see. There we are. Signal's being pulled off for us, so we can continue. Past Del Boy's van here. Oh, look at this, it's a lovely approach here, a lovely station front approach. I'm not sure what that is in the background, it's just over here. There as we come to Blackpool North #2 box. So a lovely site there. On the left now, see some sort of works. It's now a Mecca Bingo, I believe, and over here this building is now a Sainsbury's, but that's obviously been in situ for a long time. Very nice approach here. It's always been a big station. Still is quite a large station. It's a case of a holiday traffic. So, successfully arriving in Blackpool, the holiday makers will enjoy a stay. Headlight off and marker light and put our tail light on. So I'm not sure how it works here, how locals run around. I suspect it's probably there's nothing waiting, so I'm not sure how that works. Let's have a look around the station now. Another pacer here. And a 101. Which I should probably try out drawing at some point as well. Buy a budgie. And feed it from a buffet. Not too bad. Not the best, not the worst again. Have a look at the interior here. Of course now, usually platform access is blocked off until the train. Notoriously. Gingerbread man here. So I need to collect them. It's a nice little feature he's waving there. That's interesting. And the booking office. Another collectible there. I'll go for it in a minute and get those. More screens. Sheffield, Preston. Direct service to London Euston as well. Let's have a look towards the seafront of Blackpool. It's not too much in the way of seafront, it's just the area around the station built up. The stuff you can see ready. But alas, at least it's in Blackpool Tower, that's the main thing. So that's about it. Thank you for joining me again, and hopefully you will meet again in another video. Thank you again.